Everyone, this is Nikachu, and I am here with my brother. We are playing for funsies in the modern PTQ. But before we get into that, we're going to thank our sponsor, the Manabase.com. If you want to find some pretty good limited content, go check out Limited Only by Spencer Howland on the Manabase.com. So we get to go first for once. That's great. We have just a hand. That's fine. We're going to tell our opponent good luck.
A lot of control this PTQ.
Not really a lot of black-green X. Yeah, last match, we didn't really see the power of Deprive. In fact, we saw, like, the anti-power of Deprive. Because I had to take out Cavernous Souls in order to make it work. I don't know, maybe it's possible to add more lands in it. I mean, we were also playing with one less Mutavault, which is also good against Blight Control. Well, I would say it's okay. Our opponent has a lot of answers like Spreading Seas, Tectonic Edge, Ghost Quarter. Our opponent might have been, like, pretty good, though, because of, I didn't see any of those cards post-board. They just took out all that junk. They valued things like Spell Queller more highly. So we're up against another black-green X deck, which is all good with me. We even have some answers for once. I guess I'll show them the Harbinger, even though it's sort of yeah, I guess it's not too relevant, because I have the Dismember, so if they play anything, we're probably going to Dismember it. Oh, no, sorry. Okay, so I thought this was Black-Green X, but it now is turning into Death and Taxes. Or Eldrazi and Taxes, to be specific. Said yes. I guess we're going to attack for 2. And I guess we're going to do a clique at the draw step. Get rid of evil stuff from their hand. Maybe a Thought-Knot Seer or 2. Or 3. Well then.
Intimidating.
Very. Path to Exiles, Thought-Knot Seers for days.
You should play white.
No colorless sources, which is interesting. Flicker Wisp is evil, Eldrazi Displacer is evil, Blade Splicer is evil. But they also can't play any of their Path to Exile so long as they play any of their creatures, which is a small benefit. I guess I'm just gonna keep. Maybe I'm just gonna keep my of everything. I really don't want their Path to Exiles to get out of hand. How to address this? Okay, let's Splicer, Displacer, Flicker Wisp, Path, 2 times Path, 2x, Thought-Knot Seer. So one thing they can do is they can play Flicker Wisp, flicker their land, they'll get it back, and then they'll have access to Path to Exile. Honestly, I don't want to deal with 2 Path to Exiles. It's really hard because okay, I'll take out 1 Path to Exile. So you have 1 less path. You have a land, which you're very likely to play right now. I don't have any protection against Path to Exile, and I don't have it in the main deck either. There's the Flicker Wisp. It's very likely going to target their land. Targeting my Vial. Okay, that's useless. I was willing to put this Harbinger in play anyway. I'm going to get back.
It's just like a giant moth.
That's exactly what it is.
Just roll up a newspaper. That's what I'd do if I saw Flicker Wisp.
So I can play Lord of Atlantis, attack with everything, and then dismember the first thing that they play. Play Master of Waves, attack with everything. Flicker Wisp will for sure block something. And then if they play Thought Not Seer, they either take... Well, I don't have Island Walk, which is a conundrum. So if I play Master Waves, they have to play like Path to Exile something else. But not that, Thought Not Seer. So, okay, so let's do that. Let's attack with... Oh no, I don't want to attack with everything. I'm missing Devotion. No! Whatever. Not my finest hour. One I maybe didn't critically think about enough is just playing Lord, dismember that damn thing.
The token should stay if Master Waves goes away. That's not fair.
Oh no.
It's going fishing.
Yeah, it's gonna fish good.
Catch of the day.
Yeah, there's nothing bad that it can take, in my opinion. They can play Path... Then now their hand is not so clunky because they can play Path to Exile on the Master of Waves.
Master of Waves should have protected status like White Abalone. Very rare. Shouldn't fish for it. No fishing.
So they've played one Flicker Wisp. It's everything I know. Thought Not Seer might not happen. They also played their land. So I have to... That's a curious move to do. Because now it gives my Dismember a good target. A very good target. Yes. Is it really best to do it my upkeep? Well, I guess just in case they think I have some interaction for it before my draw step. So we will dismember this guy. Give me my Lord. Back. Vile Lord in. Play Curse Catcher. Attack for 9. That's a good turn. Blade Splicer might stabilize. They attack for 9, go to 5. Blade Splicer... Actually, Blade Splicer doesn't stabilize. We'll put 2 creatures on the board, but I have enough creatures to go wide against it. So our opponent needs to draw a land here, and they don't, and we win. Oh, excellent. So, Eldrazi and taxes. Now, here's... If I don't have anything good to bring in, we could bring in some Hurkyl's Recalls. Bring in the Kira for sure. What is not good here? Curse Catcher's not amazing. The rest of the stuff is amazing. Let's take out some Curse Catchers. Bring in some Hurkyl's Recalls, see how that works. I don't think it'll be too bad. I have done this before, because after they like Eldrazi Displacer or Restoration Angel, they the Blade Splicer enough times, those golems become overwhelming. And we can Hurkyl's Recall our opponent's Ether Vial back to their hand. Hopefully this is not too narrow. Okay, just in case it's too narrow. Nah, let's play 2. I'm having fun. We're in the loser bracket. Like, to hell with it. We're in the super loser bracket. Let's learn a little something about Hurkyl's Recall. You know, you get some of those board stalls that go really long. Let's have something for those board stalls. Let's Hurkyl's Recall all that garbage back to their hand. I'm not going to get pushed around by no golems. To hell with golems.
You say this now, but just wait.
I also need to justify the Circle's recall in this deck. We had it against Affinity, although Affinity didn't want to play.
Yeah, that's right.
Affinity was high.
That's great. Oh, Tony. Tony Montana.
Yeah, we're going to keep this. It's a good hand on the draw so long as our opponent doesn't Flicker Wisp the Ether Vial on turn 3. That's a good card. That guy could be a problem. Yeah, I'll blow you up. I really don't want our opponent to Ghost Quarter us for any reason. There's Flicker Wisp, so we're down a turn. We're also on quite a hefty clock, because Flicker Wisp attacks for quite a bit in the air after we've taken 4 damage from the Leon Arbiter. Or dismembering the Leon Arbiter. Playing Harbinger Tide on the Harbinger of the Tides on the Flicker Wisp is not very appealing either. Our opponent does have access to colorless mana though, so this thing is online. Too bad I couldn't bounce Thought-Knot Seer with Hurkyl's Recall. That would be great. I can't even be sure that this deck is playing Ether Vial. Okay, how to get back into this game? How do we do this? We're going to take 7, go down to 6. How is this possible? What miracle needs to happen here? Let's start by cutting our opponent off of colorless sources, play a Master of the Pearl Trident, then next turn we take this thing up to 3, play a Mara Regery, then a Lord of Atlantis. Or is that going to do it? We're going to take 7, go down to 6. Then we untap, we do all this, we take 3, and then we're in position of losing. So actually we need to put up blockers now for this Thought-Knot Seer. We don't have a choice. They know we have Master of Waves, so Master of Waves is on the way. So we're going to attempt to double block the Thought-Knot Seer. If they use removal, it's not that big of a deal because we have to try to get back into this game with Master of Waves anyway. And we need to draw out that removal. Oh, so it's just going to be a 1-for-1 trade. That's good. That's also going to be good, because when the Vial gets to 4, we can Vial in Master of Waves, use Master of the Pearl Trident to untap the Vial, and then hopefully we can have that Vial on backup to protect all our Master of Waves tokens in the future. Well, to hell with everything that I just said. Flicker Wisp is back.
And better than ever.
I don't know about better than ever, but it's being annoying as ever. Thalia. No big deal. Thalia's not that big of a deal. So I'm just now I just need running lands.
Your lands are running away from you. That's for sure.
What do I want now? Harbinger of the Tides? Like, what am I looking for here? I'm losing in 2 turns. Yeah, it's Harbinger of the Tides. I need to bounce this Flicker Wisp at least once. Still need Harbinger of the Tides. Fortunately, the Harbinger is not in our hand this time. So we can draw it off the top. What did they take Spreading Seas for? I can't even cast that.
They're terrified.
Well, I guess it's my only way of pushing in damage. Or drawing a card to deal with this massacre in the air. There's Harbinger of the Tides. Sick. Okay, so... Or do I want to vial these guys in? Ah, it's going to reset my vial again. That's so annoying. How about we play... Okay, let's attack with both these guys. Okay, that's exactly what I needed to happen. So play Lord of Atlantis. Harbinger of the Tides. Oh, this isn't gonna work. Oh shoot, okay, so I had to play the Lord of Atlantis first, attack. Yeah, this doesn't work. Oh well. I did it wrong. Now they can play the Flicker Wisp and take one of my blockers away. What I had to do was vial in during the attack step. I had to do it like that. This, I just made it easy for them. And then maybe I would have had a chance. And then I could do a huge blowout block, like block Thought Not Seer or something. Tide Hello Sculler. I guess they're going to look in my hand before they win the game. They should know everything in my hand anyway. Well, if they had Tide Hollow Sculler, then it was better the way I did it. But still, I think no, it wasn't better. This is still the wrong line. I should hold up the Aether Vial, wait for the attack. But just so happens they have Tide Hollow Sculler to play around it. Okay, we'll concede. Go on to game 3. Oh yeah, I forgot. This was another target Hurkyl's Recall can hit. Hurkyl's Recall can hit Tide Hollow Sculler. So we can... There are quite a few artifacts that we can bounce. That was just a frustrating match.
This whole game is frustrating.
I'm going to 4 Dismembers, I'll tell you. After this, we're going to 4 Dismembers. And to hell with this Clique. You've been useless to me. I don't know. It's just not doing it for me.
The metagame wasn't there for them.
Everyone thinks the metagame, this is right now, like, but every single time I'm playing this, it's just getting crushed. It's just getting crushed. It's good when it's good, and it's terrible when it's terrible. I don't like that. Yeah, I'm not not a fan of this thing. I'm very happy with Kira being in the sideboard. Even if I put this thing in the sideboard, I don't know if I would be thrilled with it. I'm thrilled with Deprive. Deprive! But I don't know. If I really need Cavern of Souls in this deck, and the 4th Mutavault, then we're probably going to have to say goodbye to Deprive. Maybe say hello again to Disdainful Stroke. Or Ceremonious Rejection and all that other stuff.
Merfolk Blue needs a board wiper.
We do have them.
Even if it wipes up both sides of the board.
But it's like... It's like return everything to your hand, sort of board wipe.
Always. It needs
Not
to
the
go to the
same.
graveyard.
Yeah, blue doesn't do that very well at all.
You can make it a Merfolk card.
Hmm?
You can make it a tsunami sort of thing, or whatever.
It's true, yeah. Tsunamis destroy things.
Context is there. They just need to do it.
Yeah. Tsunamis and floods are just as dangerous as the wrath of God, apparently.
I don't know about that.
Does anyone remember seeing Copter? Oh, we finally see Copter. Love it. Okay, we're going to keep this. So I was about to say, like, where is our Copter in this tournament? We haven't seen Copter at all.
It's tied up in the crappy random algorithm. Random hand algorithm, that's where it is. It's lost in that limbo.
So they finally show us their Ether Vial.
I'd rather take the Statue of Liberty Aether Vial over that version.
So we're going to play our Copter. Copter's going to be online no matter what. Next turn we can start looting, get rid of this other second Ether Vial we have no business using. Tide House Sculler doesn't matter. Dark Confidant is annoying, but I think we can survive that.
Based off of Bobby Fontanelli.
A spitting image.
That's some trivia for you. Warning may not be true.
Yeah. Very much so. We have a lot of these Harbinger of the Tides.
I want to get Bobby Fontanelli to sign the wrong Bobby.
Hear that, Bobby? My brother's a fan of you. He wants you to sign all his
I wouldn't go that
Dark
far.
Confidants.
I didn't go that far. I just think it's funny it would be the wrong Bobby.
Okay, we'll discard Ether Vial. Terrified of Flicker Wisp next turn. Not much I can do about it. Yeah, we'll pass. Really like to snag this Dark Confidant back to our opponent's hand. They drew another Ether Vial, which is nice to see because it's
Junk.
sort of junky right now. Although I have to say, bouncing the Dark Confidant back to my opponent's hand isn't really that great either. Surprised that my opponent played around a Harbinger of the Tides. They have an Ether Vial. Ooh, Dark Confidant. Sorry, I mean, Dismember. Oh, shoot. Can I activate this? Oh, I have. No! I want to tick this thing up.
Right click, undo.
I can't. I autoed this thing. Stop yielding this.
Gotta put a stop on every step.
We're not going to tick it up, I guess. Oh my god, this is awesome. This is going to be awesome, man. But then I can't play the Hercules Recall. Well, then I can't play the Dismember. You know what? Who cares? Let's Hercules Recall our opponent. It's gonna be sick. You were not seeing this coming, that's for sure. You did not see this coming. And that's the manabase.com Get Dunked On instant replay. Now that the board is clear, well, they must have really expensive stuff in their hand for them to do something like that. Let's play a Harbinger of the Tides and let's start getting the pressure on. Big time. Let's get the big time pressure going. Path to Exile probably on our Smuggler's Copter. Not really bad because we could use the mana.
See, that's what makes Past Exile at least a little fair. Gives you
Oh,
mana.
very fair. Super, ultra, mega fair. Oh, look at that. Not even, doesn't even care about, they don't even care about the Master Waves anymore. So now I think we're just going to squander our resources here. I'm going to tick this thing up to 4. And we're going to make very good use of our mana on the bottom. We're going to play Copter and Dismember on this Eldrazi Displacer, attack for 4. It's fine, I don't care. We're just going to be so far ahead on the board here. Hurkyl's Recall, a bomb! Wow, that was ridiculous. Oops, no, undo. So that's what I'm saying, like, Hurkyl's Recall used to be super narrow, not much application. Now it has a little bit of application. Like, look at that tempo swing. There could have been a Tidehallow Sculler on the board.
Here it comes.
Another Flicker Wisp. Targeting a land, I'm guessing? Oh, targeting our Vial. Oh, they know the danger. They can feel it. They can feel something's amiss here. I guess I can play Spreading Seas on their land. More Master of Waves. To attack with Copter or not to attack with Copter. If we attack with Copter, we get in 4 damage and we get a loot. Or if I attack with all this junk, we get in for at least 4 damage and we keep the Copter on the board. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just attack for 6. Keep Copter around for another day. We'll play an Ether Vial.
And
They're going to go to 4. It's just abysmal. So instead they go to 6 with like really bad cards in their hand. Unlike if they like tap out for Thought Not Seer, we win. This is not enough. Can take one of our Master of Waves, but we still have lethal on the board. There's that Ether Vial we bounced. Why is the Ether Vial on the other side here? Doesn't make any sense. Oh no, we're so we don't win? Put our opponent down to well, I mean this is basically 1. Yeah, okay, so I'll play a Master of Waves. We'll use one of the tokens to crew the Copter. Attack with everything. They have to block with the Tidehallow Sculler. And I don't see a chance in hell of them coming back from this. Even if they somehow had Damnation in their deck, we would just attack with Mutavault or a Copter afterwards. Protection from red, buddy. I don't know if that matters in your deck. Actually, I do know. It doesn't. It doesn't matter at all. Alright, we won the match. Alright, so to hell with Eldrazi and Taxes. I hate that deck. A lot of decks in the metagame we hate. So, what do you think of that match? I think it was great. We saw the power of Copter.
you steamroll them.
Copter just flying over. We saw the power of Hurkyl's Recall. I'll tell you that. That card, it's not as narrow as it used to be. It's still pretty narrow, but it can be shoved in some decks now. Like we can in that matchup we can bounce Tidehallow Sculler, Ether Vial, and the Blade Splicer tokens. Not super narrow like it used to be. So we are going to thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. We're also going to thank themanabase.com for being our sponsor. This has been Nikachu and his brother.
Blue-green now.
One day maybe you're going to play blue-green Merfolk in Modern.